Alright. So, it's been a minute since I've been with y'all. And I'm back again. This is me. Uh, it's hot. It's real hot. Uh, I don't know how hot it is today. It's probably, feels like it's about 90, 92, something like that. I'm filming with my phone again, but I'm using my good microphone. So the video quality should be the same, if not better, than my normal camera, and the audio should be the same. So um, the phone's just easier for me. I found to upload certain videos to YouTube and everything, and it's obviously easier for the shorts, so I've been using a lot for shorts. But today, we're going to use it for a more full-length video, and we're putting the shocks on the CJ5 that I got from Kaiser Willys that they so graciously supplied me as part of our partnership. So I ordered front shocks and rear shocks, and then the shackle kit and all that. I put on the front shackles and stuff the other day. I still got to do the rear shackles, but we're going to do those a different day. We're going to just put the shocks on today. I already put one on the driver's side. These are Omix shocks. They got a 5-year limited warranty. They are labeled as front rear shocks. These are supposedly just for the front. The ones on the other boxes are labeled for the rear. Come with a pretty nice little sticker here. But this is what the new shocks look like. I didn't order no fancy shocks. These are just standard replacement shocks. Because this is the shocks that were on the Jeep right here. They're severely compromised. Not a whole lot of rebound in them. They don't pull apart very easily, but they do collapse very easily. So this makes it ride like a covered wagon. These are probably the original shocks from 1980, I would imagine. So you can't complain about that kind of lifespan. But so we're replacing these for these new sparkly white ones. These are a little bit smaller diameter around, but other than that, they're the same length, same everything. So I'm expecting the Jeep to ride a lot better. As soon as I get them on, we're going to take it for a run. As far as I was looking up what the spec is for putting this on, the nut that holds this on, and nobody seems to agree what that is. Some guys say that this top nut should be 9 foot-pounds, this bottom one should be 45. Other ones say they're both supposed to be 45. Some people say just tighten it until your heart feels good. So we're just kind of going to go with, we're going to tighten them until the rubber just starts barely bulging. And then a little bit past that, we'll call it good. We're going to recheck them anyway. You should always recheck suspension parts. And you should always tighten them once they're under weight of the vehicle. So I'm doing that with these shocks. Some of y'all might have different opinions on that, but that's the way we're going to do it. And any shock would have to be better than this shock. You notice how it's not coming back out? So this is effectively doing nothing. So the Jeep should ride a lot better. So let's get over here and we're going to do the passenger side, and then we'll jump back and do the rear. But like I say, we just got this one put on. I can show you it real quick if I can collapse down. If you look in here, you see that white shock right there, so that's the new one. So let me get around to the other side and we'll get it done, or get it taken apart, and get back to Jeep in here shortly, hopefully. But let's get you moved over here. About like this. Now I took the wheel off for this other side, but I really don't think it's necessary. It does make it a little bit easier to get in there to it, but it's really not necessary, I don't think. We'll just cut the wheel and see if we can't get to it. I mean, it is easier with the wheel off, so we might jack it up. Make it a little bit easier on ourselves. Got the hard top off of it right now, if y'all can see that, because it's so hot. It's kind of nice to run it around. Brittany likes running it around with the top off. That one's tight. Not sure why that one lug nut's so tight. The rest of them were about how I normally do them, but that one was tight. So it's always good. Stay right there. I broke these free, depending on the Jeep you have. Like the Willys, the old Willys just has a cotter pan, like a kata, like Jimmy Kata, a kata pan, holding the shocks on. This one's actually got a nut and stuff. But you probably should always inspect it a little bit before you just go ham on it and break it off. These actually aren't too bad. And because the shocks are collapsed and doing basically nothing, they seem to come off pretty easy, or at least they did on that other side. Yeah, this one's coming off too. There's that one. Like I say, I don't know what the actual procedure is for this. I tried to find it, but there seems to be quite a bit of disagreement. Some guys are looking at Chilton's manual, some are looking at the full-size Jeep manual. Let's see, there's zero rebound in that. This ain't doing nothing. It's real hard to pull back out, so it ain't doing nothing. So we're just going with the hand tight, not too tight. We don't want to blow this rubber out right here. But basically when it starts to mushroom up a little bit, that's when we're calling it good enough. So, and we'll inspect it after a few miles and make sure. Now I like to grease the stud that this goes on a little bit. It'll help cut down on squeaks and stuff. And it makes it go on a little bit easier. So now If you want to buy some parts, freshen up the suspension or what else on your Jeep, you go to KaiserWillys.com. They're rebuilding the mighty Jeep, and if you use my code RedClay10, which is all capitalized Red Clay, the number 10, that gives you 10% off everything on their website, except for tires, tubs, and tub kits. All right, so you can buy all your suspension, your brake lines. I've got to order me some brake lines from them here pretty soon because my front ones are dry rotted. But you get all your suspension parts, your tie rod ends, interior pieces, all kinds of stuff from them. If you use that code RedClay10, you'll get 10% off. Tell them Red Clay Traveler sent you. All right, that you were watching your good boy Red Clay Traveler, and he told you about Kaiser Willys. I bought a lot of parts from them over the years. Bought them for Willys, bought them for this Jeep. Bought them for trucks that I'd bought to resell, and I've always been real happy with them. Their customer service is fantastic. If you ever have a problem or anything at all, you can call them up, and they're always ready to help you. They're willing to help you. You can talk to an actual person. You don't have to talk to Skynet. So it's real nice. And for me, where I'm at, since I'm in Georgia, they're just over in South Carolina, so they're not too far away. So they're easy to get a hold of. I'd like to go over there and go to their office and meet some of the people, and maybe if they'll let me tour the factory or whatever, their shipping warehouse. Anyway, but go check out their website. They've got a magazine now. They've got a competition every year where you can be submitting pictures of your vehicles, of your Jeeps, and they can put them on the cover if you win of their catalog. And there's all kinds of neat stuff over there. They're really doing a good job on keeping the Jeep name for the classic Jeeps. Doing a good job keeping it alive. This stool needs to come down a bit. Ow! My overalls hung on that. So there's that one installed. We're just going to put the nut and washer on there. Like I say, I'm going to put these on. Then I'm going to put the tire back on and lower it down onto the tire before I tighten them up all the way. That's usually good practice on most suspension parts, so that nothing's bound up or anything weird. Because right now with the jack under it, it's the load of the vehicle is kind of concentrated on the spring, and with the tire it kind of spreads it out a little bit better. It gives it a more natural experience for the nut when you tighten it up, if that makes any sense. I say this is a pretty quick job. It's not too bad, and it should make a big difference. I need to get my lights wired up for my side marker lights and stuff, but I'm really considering buying a new wiring harness for the Jeep because there's some wiring issues. I keep blowing fuses to my tail lights or my running lights, so I'll have a tail light but I won't have a running light, and I can't isolate down what's causing that. And it hasn't done it in a long time, but it did it the other day. And at night it's kind of important to have a running light, so I'm kind of considering buying a new wiring harness for it, but I've never been good at wiring. I've never claimed to be good at wiring. So I don't know. We'll have to see about that. Alright, got the tire back on. I'm gonna let the Jeep down. Yeah. And I'll just sneak in here and tighten these up real quick. Like I say, I'm just getting them hand tight. Nothing crazy here. And while I'm tightening, I'm feeling of the rubber bushing, so I can feel it, how much it's compressing. And once it starts getting compressed, then that's when I'm letting on. Alright, there's those. That's both front shocks done. So, I'm going to do the rear ones, but it's the same process. Nothing special to tell you on that. So, what I'm saying is, let's head on over to Kaiser Willys. Look at that wheel cut right there. Look at that. Head on over to Kaiser Willys. Get you some shocks, maybe some headlight bezels, whatever you need for your Jeep. Pick it up from Kaiser Willys. Use my code REDCLAY10, and that gives you 10% off all your Jeep or Willys or Jeepster Commando, any vintage Jeep. All right, your Willys MB, your GPW, what have you. 10% off with the code REDCLAY10. Go over there, tell them the Red Clay Traveler sent you. Let them know that I love them, that you love them. Buy some parts, get your Jeep out on the road, get your grandkids or your wife or your husband, whoever, get him in the back of the Jeep right here, in the front of the Jeep. Go cruising, put your windshield down, enjoy the nice summer air. Go get it. Yeah, buddy, yeah, CJ5 for life, yeah, buddy, yeah.